Brian Ritzner here. Today I wanted to share with my idea about the integrity here. There is the trial of Diddy going on, and it's pretty much sums to how much the people who involved in and the perpetrators, and it's all summarily you can kind of think of it as a problem of integrity. And this is something that everybody will the face when we go through life, like how much principles that we have and that we can actually adhere to. Principles are some rules that you follow tactfully so that you can improve your life. And generally speaking, these are something to restrain your impulsiveness. So it requires some sort of a restraints to use principles in your life. And that itself is generally painful because obviously, we wanted to do something we feel good, but the feel good something is generally a lot of times it's not a good idea or good things to do, right? I mean, if you think about it, there's a lot of things like you can't eat ice cream all day. You wanted to eat something like junk food, but if you eat that type of things, you get gain weight. You're gonna have diabetes or some sort of like a health issues. You're gonna have a mental fogs. You're not gonna perform that well. And in that things, if you continue, it'll seriously affect your life. That's just the one aspect of feeling good is not necessarily it's a good thing. Same thing was like sleeping patterns and things of nature. It takes some sort of the discipline to have healthy, like mind, body, and so on, a healthy life. And it requires pain, some sort of the pain, right? Like when you resist some urge to do something, pleasing. Or you try to push yourself to do something what's right or what's obligated or what's responsible. That type of things actually feels hard and painful. And so to actually have that type of living in integrity is a lot easier said than done. It's not easy things to do, and then this is some kind of aspiration to have a strong integrity and you move forward in your life, and so when it comes to this kind of like a famous people or big guys, right? Like and it's sort of easier to say. I'm not really excusing any of these guys. It's just terrible that these type of things happened. Yet we have to really think about. It's not about really them. Who cares? Like at the end of the day, right? I mean, it's about your life getting better. What you can learn from it. So one thing I can say is that more you advanced in life, and I'm sure people who watch this will become successful, and as you grow more and more capability, more especially resources, it's actually a lot easier to cut corners because you get smarter, you have a little more money, little by little, and then people will treat you a little bit differently as you become more capable, and then you can actually come to realization that it's actually not that difficult to, in a sense, pull the string, so to speak. using money. I mean, that is why it's very strong. It's very important for everybody to not to put the money at the front end of your purpose ever. Money is something that you can think about it. You can use this as a scorecard. It's very important actually to have resources. I'm not discounting the not having money or those difficulties. So I talked about the how to save money, how to invest, and so forth before. But what I'm saying is putting that materialistic things in the front will get you to be very vulnerable to the position of compromise, and might lose your integrity here. And so what I'm trying to say is the higher you get, the more power you have. It's easier to do a lot of like pleasurable things, like easy things, right? I mean, when you're like let's say doesn't have a lot of money, like spending like $100, really have to be careful, right? Because that actually affect paying the rent and stuff. But then after a while, like if you have more, $100 doesn't really mean much. So you can use that to actually do something more fun, and it's important to have fun, but you can actually do something compromising in the moral sense. So Abraham Lincoln said something along the line that if you want to know somebody's character, give them power. Okay, so it's really easy for everybody to judge other like powerful people. Oh, these people are like scumbags, morally shit. But you actually really don't know. Like we really don't know until you get there how you're gonna behave. It's really difficult. If you are the type of guy, it's like you cheated along the way to get to a certain point, and then imagining that, okay, I'm gonna be a really great guy once you get to a certain level. You will not, because that enticement is gonna be enormous. That's why there are a lot of corruptions in the political situation. I don't think most of people who get corrupted are inherently bad people or anything. It's just a human nature that if you're not really careful, what kind of force you have to deal with, what kind of temptation you have to have. I mean, just think about this. When you are a child, like when you're under the protection of your parents, a lot of people don't get. I mean, it's sad that then there is a youth obesity problem. It should not never happens, but unfortunately it does, in especially U.S. But under the protection of your parents, like, okay, even if you want to eat some ice cream, parents will say no, and you can't do much about it because you don't have money. But as you grow older, right, like when you become adult, you start your own money. You can actually buy whatever you want. If you want to eat ice cream all day, you can. Pizza all day, you can, right? It is going to be a lot of freedoms, but it's so important that that type of resisting this kind of temptation, doing something a little painful, knowing that the pain and suffering of trying to do what's right is a good thing. To make this whole the integrity things critical in life, because if you don't have that, no matter where you go, like the level of the success you're gonna get, this is gonna be the house of cards. It's gonna crumble. And then you don't want that, right? You want it to pass down to the generation possibly, or until you die, you want to do something which you doing something that you're proud of. And don't think this is like evil people do these kind of things, or and you're exempted by it, even though you feel like you're doing something right? Doing the construction, let's say, or whatever the money, when you try to save some money, like let's say if you save 10%, like $1,000 or even $500, you might get tempted. What would you do? Right? It's very easy to do this, painful not to do it. This is a difficult choice you're gonna make. You know, I'm not saying that the all thing. You know, I mean, if you're like naive in this world, thinking that being absolutely honest every time, you're gonna get ripped off, right? There are people who use deceptions, and we are dealing with a reality here. So, but then, would you do this yourself? That's the thing. It is in each of us. It's a lifetime struggle, lifetime commitment, and sometimes you might fail, sometimes you might not. But overall, like when you understand this difficulty to maintain integrity, and there's a little bit of nuance necessary to protect yourself from others who do not have, to train yourself, so to speak. I mean, there is no saint here on earth, right? So yeah, you will understand, you know, as you go through life, but be mindful. And this whole event that's happening, like Amber Heard and all that, like Johnny Depp situation and this type of things, it's all because of this type of issue, like integrity issue. So yeah, protect yours as much as possible. Thank you for watching. Please share your ideas in the comment section below to help each other, and hit like and the subscribe buttons so you get notified of the next video. See you next time.